Sesifigile.
We are in the inside.
Skipani.
Agula J waxy when on TV J.
Western Chorizo, did you say, my bro?
Yes, international Candizo, Mr. Soda Dino, Uma Homer Musa Oma Baddy, aka Billboard Nizzle with the sizzle.
AKA
How are you? Oh, no. Scratch all of those. Batu.
Yo. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's another episode of the one and only Boys Ripa Bridge Black and Forth podcast. How about that intro song?
Yo, give it to them.
We just wanna talk about it, machitika. Welcome. Oh, you know what time it is. Send it to your friends so they also be a part of this. You cannot describe what you feel, huh? We're taking Zimbabwe to the world, huh? Yeah, this is Black and Forth. Welcome. This is Black and Forth.
Welcome. Mr. Chorizo, explain to the people why we're recording Pakatpe Usiku again.
Guys.
Again. What is this? What is this?
Nicodemus hours.
The boy's been working hard. The boy's been working. The boy's been putting in a shift.
The boys.
How many jobs do you have now? How many occupations do you have now?
Bro, I'm struggling to keep up with them. If what's his name? Uncle Ruckus from the Boondocks. That nigga had bag of jobs. So as
we love it.
Some of you who might have been following on my socials, started a new show, rehearsing a new show. We're taking it from 1920s Britain to present day Africa. You know.
What is the name of the new play?
It's called Africa 5460.
Yeah.
And it's an epic one. It's a travelogue. This one you lot will love because this one my niggas angachutara.
Okay.
Like from time to time.
When is it going to be on theater and where?
So the play opens on the 12th of June. That's going to be at the Arcola Theatre in Dalston. We started rehearsals. I think we're coming to the end of week 2 of rehearsals. So your boy Arumuka in the morning, hitting the rehearsals on a young 10 to 5. Out of that, West End guans, what not.
Because
so in between, that's still not done. That finishes on the 1st of June. To those who haven't made it, one more appeal.
1 more week.
My last scheduled performance is going to be on Sunday. I'm going to be playing Trevor. Like my other favorite characters that, the ones that are more juicier and meatier. I don't have any more performances of that. And if you don't make this on Sunday, hey, it's a U-turn. You know what? I don't even know why I'm trying to coax people to come because I've tried with many attempts. Honestly speaking, just renews. Honestly.
Right. Before we get into the Muletso, we obviously start Panguva Ezripo. Big shout out to Edward Jakata, bought a plate of Sadza. Big shout out to Nunu Max, I got 3 plates of Sadza. And guys, I have converted my wife to join Bwezraba Bridge because Makapenga Rekudaro. Tawezra my subscription, my views. Keep it up. Can't wait for you guys to come through to Australia. Chimbobara in a papa while we wait. Then the real Mamo came through with 3 plates of coffee and oh my God, the way I cried when I was watching Mom's video. That's a very beautiful memory captured there. Coffee tatengera misodzi Munashe wanga wasipo unozosirwa or 2 sips kana kandoro are good. Kosei pasina option yekutenga 2 coffees imika. tuvana twemusangano tu.
There's options. There's no limits to how many.
Yeah, there's really no. I think people are still
There's-
trying to figure out, but don't let them know. Don't let them know. There's, don't tell them.
Okay.
Kudzai Gomo came through neplate yesadza hanzi economy ndiyo iri kuti vhiringa asi chido tinacho. Big shout out to team Geopolitical. Then mudyi hanzi mudyi wap. Mudyi wap is now a I don't. It just says now a member. I don't know a member of what. I don't know if that means they bought a coffee or what. But big shout out to you.
Shout out
But
to
yeah,
yourself.
those are the people. If you want to support the podcast, you can jump on buymeacoffee.com/black and forth pod, or you can send an ecocash because msafungoti my ecocash at ecocash USD
Number 84.
to
We've got it.
078-511-5865. I think the same number applies to inbox. I believe. So big shout
There
out
you
to you
go.
guys for supporting, man. This episode is particularly a special one. I don't know what it is, but every episode after the 50th has been a special episode for some reason.
I know, right? Hey.
But this one is particularly a special one because Mr. Chirisa has entered his Jesus year.
I'm in my Jesus stride. Takamhanyira kumbudzi.
Hey, Mr. Chirisa, happy birthday, my bro. 33 years.
Thank you, my guy.
33
Thank
years.
you so much.
If you are if you are younger than Munashe, I want you to know that if he calls you, he's going to call you young man. Right off the bat,
of course.
Which is very shameless behavior.
Young man, come on, young man. And I noticed
such a Zimbabwean thing to do.
And I noticed there's a trend, particularly when people like engage with our content on Twitter, particularly on Twitter. People have this tendency of saying, I want to
do you also want to take this opportunity to address the conversation that has been happening on social media regarding
allegations? Allegations. I would like to formally put out a press statement regarding some egregious claims, slanderous statements, slanderous assertions that have been flying around on social media regarding the accuracy of some of the stories that I've shared with you here. I would like to categorically state that because I'm saying people are trying to now associate my name with with fabricators.
Anzi nyaya dzako dzine ma-ingredients akafanana nechimodo. Nyaya dzako dziri ku
hey and the lies are no guys.
No, but pane vanhu vanouya wani vachiti Munashe ona ndakadzidza naye chakadai in the comments. There's bare people who come through and say like, yo, no, what he's sharing is actually a very tame version of what would actually happen. So
because you see, right, again, the people that interact with some of this such is the nature of podcasts. Not everyone is watching the full episode and coming to YouTube and even if they do, not everyone is trolling through the comments. But if you actually take the time to sift through the comments, you will find that every nyaya that I've told here has been corroborated by someone.
Yeah.
In the wise words of our GOAT, Cat Williams, I might tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you
a lie.
A lie.
So, big shout out to Miss Red. Obviously, previous episode came through as a super sub. She killed it. That was wholesome. That was fun. Dope. But she said she wants to come through when Mumu Adzuka. I was like, Mumu?
I'm not gonna lie. When I heard that,
did you feel like
I'd
Did you feel
I'd
like
I had flutters in my stomach. I
you
was like,
wanted
"Ee,"
to
I was like,
become
Samantha.
the
I was like, Samantha Sandar, Samantha, Samantha, Samantha,
you wanted to
Samantha,
become the
Samantha.
father that stepped up?
I'm not the stepfather, but the father that stepped up. Samantha, Samantha Sandaro, Samantha Sandaro.
Don't do me
Because
like that.
don't do like because ndakakudza kuti mukomana right now anguri but now kana specimen rinenge
Oh, let me tell you what I've been doing. There's a lot of people that have been reaching out to me saying, Munashe are single. I don't know if they end up calling you or Nigrin. I just give them your number. That's honestly that's what I've been doing. I can show you I can show
I
you the
swear to
DMs.
God,
I
I've
can show
been
you
getting I've
I'm not even
I've
joking.
been I've been getting some random calls,
Yeah.
but I'm terrible with kudaira mafoni nemanamba andisingaziye. Saka pangu my blessings are ngoti
So, because now did it because I don't want people saying that I'm
text.
gatekeeping or Nigrin. So I'm like, yeah, is Munashe single?
Hey,
How do I get it? Hey, this is his number.
yeah,
So
I know,
and
I don't. Yeah. Text, you
maidens where
text first ka and you state your nangarkininga. I was Tinewana so don't do that. You'll
Muna
get lumped up with that.
yeah, Strigane CV.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Rachel from I know you guys remember those comments from the last episode. Big shout out to Rachel. There were a lot of people that suggested something that we kind of already had in mind. Think it would be dope to have Rachel on the podcast.
It would.
I think it would be
It
dope
would be
to
so
have
awesome.
not just Rachel, but there's a lot of people that have become such an part of the furniture of the podcast in the comments
That
consistency.
so true.
I think we see you, and just to repay you, let's figure it out. If you're interested,
Yeah, no,
we don't
it's
want to
only
force
right.
anyone.
Because you can tell kuti vanhu vedu,
Yeah,
and if you know anything about isusu pabridge, hatitambi nevanhu
Pabridge.
vasiri vanhu vedu.
Pabridge ndebe munhu, yeah. Pabridge ndebe munhu wese. Pabridge ndebe my good vibes. So if you can assure us that you are coming through, my vibes are correct, my vibes are right, come through. Jump on the podcast. Maidens where you guys won an award, Zim Achievers this past weekend, best online platform. Big shout out to you guys. Yeah, and then what else? What else? What else? What is happening on the
Hey,
19th
and
of
and shout out to you though. You
oh,
hosted the daylights out of that. That was
oh,
nah.
thank you,
Nah,
brother.
you did the
It,
business.
it,
But
it,
come on,
it was
it's
a it was an interesting weekend. It was an interesting
it
weekend.
was a very
It was
interesting
good.
weekend. Makachena, I was hey, suja.
I think yeah,
I've noticed unengono love my white, isn't it? That's your thing on the formal one.
but what's happening on 19 July, Mdara? We have something special. What you got for the people? What you got for the people?
So a little while ago, we had promised you guys we were going to hit you with a little speed dating, chakazenge, because for the most part, Tirana Cupid, because if you came to the last BFF live social, you'd know kuti pane vakabvapo nevakadzi.
Pakanunga
So
nunga.
vakanhongo pane vakasampla yeah vakada kuti ma-audivores.
Yeah. My offerings.
my
Angaripo.
finger my finger foods.
Yeah.
But no, we're going to be doing a live show, live recording of the podcast after, but first we're going to have like a little speed dating, a little shoot your shot-esque kind of
Yeah.
thing. And so if you'd like to put yourself forward for this, do let us know. We will have a contact form, chauti for all of that
Yeah.
stuff. We look forward to seeing you. Birmingham, Midlands. Birmingham is always a good kind of place. It's very central, so
For the
North
most part,
Gang
yeah.
can come
Not gang,
through,
but
South Gang,
yeah.
Chi,
Midlands.
Midlands. It's in the name.
Yeah, so 19th of July, Black and Forth, Black and Forth socials come through. It's going to be peak summer, very chilled vibes. But with this one, we're insisting, could you come put your best foot forward. You know, the way you want to be seen. Come on, kind of come with your nigga, because it's going to be vibes. It's going to be inside. We are doing, like Munashe said, speed dating. You know, connecting, but fun vibes. It's not a
No pressure. Then
no pressure, safe vibes. But then the
kufara,
big thing that we
kufara.
want to do is we want to do a live recording of the podcast. We have only 100 seats available for this event. So tickets, when they go live, please make sure that you grab yours as soon as possible. Because at this point, we shouldn't be telling anyone with my tickets are not paid. You guys know this. We don't want to hear stories about Ningrin. Please
Come on,
get your tickets as soon as possible. As soon as
please,
possible. And then we get it out of the way.
please.
Right. So 19 July. That's the
19
plan.
July, Birmingham Midlands. Oh, it's a Birmingham Arts Center.
Midlands Arts Center.
Midlands Arts Center.
Yeah. Then quickly going through, because Pakat Pe Siguga, we can't I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you've been catching up with the news, seeing as how busy you are. But
Yeah, barely.
you know, Cyril Ramaphosa was in America. He is in America, I believe. Met with Donald Trump, and it was a moment.
Yeah, it was. Well, I didn't get the chance to watch the whole thing, but I saw little clips.
You don't need to watch the whole
Um,
thing. What you
and
saw
I've
is what you
also
saw.
and I caught some discourse around it, the aftermath of it.
Yeah.
Uh, people have cheek, man.
What do you mean? Explain.
People have real cheek. Like
What?
before we even get into how Ramaphosa conducted himself and carried himself, but people have cheek. People, especially Americans, dog. There's those men have cheek because even like the Trump administration and people around him, the very notion that you could say, I don't know the numbers. Again, I don't like to speak with so much conviction around
Yeah.
but you cannot show that much vim and concern about claims of a white farmer genocide in South Africa when Gaza, like it's
But you have to remember, Kuti, America is a country that is built on contradictions. It's a
no, I
country
get
that
that.
is it's a country that is built on contradictions and double standards and hypocrisy. Because even the fact, bro, Yekuti, you are trying to call to task this African president on the basis of YouTube videos. Like, let's say I don't think there's an intelligence. I don't think there's intelligence that is close to a big budget as American intelligence, and it's all different
Of
versions.
course.
If there were people that were dying in South Africa, you would have pulled out the dossiers, you'd have
Oh,
shown the
the
the the
numbers.
the
Real.
graves, you wouldn't be pulling newspaper clippings in this day and age.
Come on.
Like, let's be, but then
Come
again,
on.
at this point, nothing surprises us about this administration.
Oh yeah.
I've caught the discourse too, and I don't know, at the risk of sounding like a know-it-all, right? At the risk of sounding like a know-it-all, I don't understand what people mean when they say, "Oh, Cyril Ramaphosa embarrassed Africa." But I genuinely don't understand that take, because everyone saw what happened. It's unfortunate. Kuti Zelensky is now a yardstick of what happens when you try to stand up for yourself. Unfortunately, in terms of geopolitics, America is what it is. You
Yeah,
can
yeah,
dislike, you can dislike the people that are Ningrini, but America is what it is. It's not
That's
a
true.
you really can't do he said she said. You can't do virtue signaling. You can't do
Mm,
moral victories.
mm,
You know, you kind of have to, unfortunately, because of what they are in the world and what they mean, you kind of have to play that card.
mm.
And we saw it with Zelensky. Zelensky tried to stand for his Ningrikin, and what did he do? Within 2 days he had to apologize, when we all knew could that man was correct in standing his ground. But for the sake of progress, for the sake of his people, he had to come and petwa muso wake. You're telling me, Guti, if they can do that to a European, a European president, somebody who presides over other white people, if they can do that, what more an African president? What more someone called Cyril Ramaphosa? Please be serious, I mean.
Yeah, and and some of it, it's so convoluted, man. I mean, and I don't even want to get into, because some of the things, once you start really getting into it, it starts to sound tinfoil hatty, whatnot, whatnot. Even though the facts are just bare and it's right there in front of you. South Africa has joined BRICS. Varutamba them, man. Saka there's already Karipo, not to mention man like Elon Musk, Pali Pali Yavo, like there's so
Bro,
many layers
there's there's a
to
guy
it
who
to
said thank you
unpack.
for your support during apartheid, during that whole meeting. And like the layers to that, even, but again, I say that to the, like the part that I said, right, about Cyril Ramaphosa, and I think he acquitted himself quite well under the conditions. That's what I was trying to say. But that
Okay.
doesn't mean Kuti there's things that he still can be criticized for, right?
Hmm.
Because even the makeup of his team, the team that he went there with, it feels like he isolated. Because why were there so many white people in that team? It seems, I don't know what image he was trying to convey. It seems like, when you are flanked with people that, because those are the people that were throwing him under the bus, now you are there kicking with people that with things that you clearly, but all that, I think one of the biggest effects of this whole hula baloo is the resurgence of Julius Malema.
So that's very interesting, because I was just saying, imagine a scenario where that was Julius Malema, they try stick it on man like that.
I don't think you're
That
even
would
seeing. I don't think you're even seeing Julius Malema at the White House.
that would have made for entertaining television.
Mm.
That I can
They
tell you that
no
for
no they would
free.
have they would have called the Secret Service on him,
Oh, they
because
would have.
Julius Malema probably would have said something and they would say no, we saw spit coming out of his mouth
I,
towards the president, and it
I
was a
ship it a
bio, it
president.
was a bio
Bio,
attack. They would have accused
bio
my man.
weapon, biological
Yeah,
warfare.
they would have accused my man of something. But I honestly think we're going to see the resurgence of the EFF, because they had kind of like, after the election, they'd kind of hit a no man's land where people were jumping ship.
Mm-mm.
Like, where do you? But I think this falls right in their territory of rhetoric,
Oh yeah,
of
you're so right.
like you're pandering to Ningrini. It can energize them to be like, and you see, this is what we're fighting against. We
Oh
want, when we say Kuti Ningrini, it's going to be interesting to
yeah.
see how they play with this one.
I mean,
Uh,
because automatically, I'm pretty sure people would have watched that and thought, who would have ran this thing right? That Tony.
because
Yeah.
the people that have popped out, in this discourse is Julius Malema and Robert.
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah. Because they're like these men, it's the same rhetoric that we've been hearing.
Yeah, yeah.
Chakazenge, bloody blah. Yeah, I find it very interesting, man. Yeah, to say that when 64% of board members in most major companies in South Africa are still very white. We won't even talk about who's still very much a
85% of
beneficiary,
private land in South Africa is owned by white people.
which they don't constitute more than 10% of the overall population. So go figure. I don't know. Some of these things, I think they just. So this is what I was saying when people have cheek. Like that's the kind. But then again, this is an administration that's going to send General Langley to Burkina Faso to try and chastise Ibrahim Traore for being corrupt. It's crazy. It's and you know what?
Mm.
You're so right when you say America is going to be America. But I think also as time passes with the advent of access to information, whatnot, people are starting to see through the nonsense. But not enough Americans themselves seem to be
They don't want
smart
to.
enough and jacked up
No,
enough
no, no.
to see through the nonsense, because it's if you said something that everyone turns around and says, "Mm, there's only so much you can get away with."
But
No
but but
doubt.
but you see, the thing is, Americans never gravitate towards anything that challenges their standing in the world. Like, they don't do that. They don't do anything that challenges them being number one. So the information that you
But
are
that doesn't
asking for,
that
they
doesn't
want.
that doesn't affect their number oneness. It
No,
doesn't
but the thing
affect their
is,
number oneness.
no, but the thing is, that's the thing is, they're not number one. Do you get, like, in actual truth? If we're
I mean,
talking, if we're
if
talking real, you know. So all the information that they gravitate towards is information that confirms their biases, right? That says, "Kuti,
mm,
when they get Vana Ukraine coming to say to Kumbro, you know, they're like, when they get Vana South Africa, when they get Anna Elon Musk." But like, when you
mm.
talk about advancement, when you talk about actual progress, when you talk about technology, invention, you know,
Even
it,
freedom, even the freedom they tout, Kutisoni, that is the
yeah,
most taxed nation there is. That
you
is the
know,
most policed. That is the most regulated. You can't even. You can't harvest rainwater, kwa America. You you know how gonna go to Mombeyako and milk it and pasteurize your own milk, kwa America. Do you know how crazy that is?
that's
And them man
crazy.
want to run around saying land of the free, land of the brave, America,
That's
mental.
crazy. So,
I find that so mind blowing.
no, that's crazy, bro. Because I was thinking about even your information, ya Wataure. I think the downside to this current age is, in as much as access to information has obviously improved, I feel like it has improved to an extent that is almost detrimental to those, uh, ways there's just too much information, and too much information that you end up getting confused. Because who knows that right now there's a lot of people that don't believe the Ibrahim Traore hype, which I get, which I understand, because naturally we have learned to mistrust the leaders that come out of Maku, because we're
Mhm,
like, if he had good intentions, which is a fair argument, right?
mhm.
Those people have gone the extra mile to say, I don't believe anything that is coming out in support of Ibrahim Traore is propaganda, right? All this is he's being propped up, it's Russian propaganda, it's such and such. When you hear, oh, he has free education, or that's Russian propaganda. But then the immediate thought is, Kuti, okay, this intel that is pushing this notion that is propaganda, where is it coming from? Is it coming from the citizen themselves, or is somebody being paid to discredit this guy? Do you see where now the information is like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Zvakusangana, you know?
Absolutely, absolutely agree with you. And I think also, eish, the powers that be, Kurt. it's so hard because these men, when I say they're not even 10 steps ahead, bro. Like, it's absolutely by design, Kuti. They are bombarding you with so much information. It would take a very high level of discernment to actually pick apart what's true. And whilst all of that is happening, muri busy kurova nema-gender wars uko kuti zveni indoda must but the women are hey male only play hey chakuti can black people wear weaves why white women putting on braids
podcast mic podcast
non-issue
Andrew Tate
zvimwe zvima non-issue zvimwe zvemanga pop the balloon iri kubuda neukoko devo chideo.
Bro, Pop the Balloon is on Netflix now.
Look at that. We've got no chance. It will take some serious patterning up, but I think it's far gone.
It's crazy. But yeah, it will be interesting to hear what Boys River Bridge. I think to conclude, like by the point that I was trying to make about that information, Nana Ibrahim Traore is, I think it's similar to what happened in the case of Zim, where when you would get out of Zim, you would meet all these people that would say, "Oh, Mugabe, great man. He tried to Nigrigini." And then we had a different experience with Robert Mugabe. I think it's important in instances like this to listen to the citizens. Because there's no amount of discernment, that there's no amount of literature that we can read. And it's important to listen to the people of DRC, to listen to the people of Burkina Faso, to listen to the people of Zimbabwe when they tell you. And then you compare and contrast the things that you've read, because kuudzira vanhu who have lived an experience versus what you have read and what you've seen on YouTube, that's crazy. So if you're in America, go ask the people of ask the white people.
Go and ask a white person in South Africa and say, "Yo,
is there a genocide?" You know,
go visit one of them at a vineyard and say, "Yo, my man."
Bro, South Africa registers 9-point-something million tourists a year. A substantial portion of that is white tourists. Would that be a case if there had been a white genocide that has been happening for a few years? That's just ridiculous, man. That's just, I don't know of any country that receives tourists on the level. So that's just, it's very lazy, and actually it's very lazy and racist to peddle the notion. I don't know if you remember this. When I was in Zim, I went on the Danny J podcast, and one of the stories that came up was Nyadza Wicknell, and we kind of laughed about how, they hadn't been blessed with
mota idzi dziri kupiwa green dziri kumbobva kupi and say vanadheni vasati vanadzo. I don't want to lie, guys, I was very disappointed. Parking yenyu yakaita kakusheka mbichana sevanhu vanoita PR yemusangano sei mimi musati
I'm going.
When I came here, my car feels out of place. Ndogona kubirwa pana.
Let's go. At our doorstep. Right there, by our doorstep.
So I want
No, I am mota dzandaona panze dzinotooneka kuti idzi makadzishandira. Unoza mota dzinodzi mota dzeziya.
You made me laugh. Let us hands motor and bands up. I can tell it's marketing. You're an idiot. You're a fool for that. Open them dinner.
They said feel at home. They said king.
Man kicked up his feet on the couch.
Where's the remote? So it was where is the so today I get tagged. I see a tag. I was like, King, How's that parking lot looking? How's that parking lot looking? It turns out, Sir Wicknell, bless them, man. Crazy.
The boys got nice.
Crazy. The boys
Get
got
the fuck out of here.
I'm serious. The boys got nice. Ndaona Benz. Ndaona a 2025 Wild Track. And
Urona kandoro nepamuromo pako ka ndio kutinyimisa zvinhu ndaWicknell bro.
So in my head now, I'm like, is this something that I should take credit for? Or is this something that Wicknell was going to do anyway? Is this something that I should take credit for? Because you know, maybe kuseka kwandakaita inini ndo kwazopinza vanhu mubenz.
I'm starting to feel like the boys had been putting in,
No, they had been, they're boys. To be fair, they're boys. They have long-standing relationships.
Yeah. And pick up the Denny J show and them, man. They're doing their thing. They're cooking. I very much loved that episode. It was that I loved that. There's been some good episodes there.
They need to sort my girl Becky out if they're sorting everyone out.
Yeah. But but I think you definitely had something to do with that, because how can man say boys cool alpha?
But shout out to them, they're good sports, man. Because
they're very good sports.
You can go on somebody's
Very good
podcast
sports
and they
about it.
will easily edit that out. So
Yeah.
shout out.
Yeah. They're very good sports about it. Yeah.
Honestly, at this point, if you still have an opinion about what Wicknell is doing, you're just wasting everyone's time. Because it's just something that's happening. But quickly moving on to fun stories. I don't know if you remember, a few weeks ago, we spoke briefly about a lady that had committed arson, Trevor Dongo.
Yeah, the Trevor Dongo's flat. Yeah.
Trevor Dongo's flat. That lady has been sentenced to 20 years in prison, my bro.
Rasaiki.
Don't be silly.
Rasaiki.
Don't be silly. You see, I honestly
key away.
I would tell you for a fact, I think that sentence is
light.
No. I think it's harsh, bro. 20 years. 20 years is a bit harsh.
Can I tell you why?
No. I don't say it's a harsh as in good. I want it. I'm saying on paper when I heard it, when I read it, my immediate thought was, "Ooh, that's harsh." Then I gave myself some time to think. You know what? No. We absolutely need to get to a point whereby, because the ramifications of what she did, zvinotosangana, because it's not just grievous harm to property. It could have affected vanhu who have. It's a flat, bro. It's a flat.
Could top floor.
You could have bent the entire building because you wanted to fix someone. Let's not be silly.
Let's not be silly.
But the biggest lesson here is don't be silly. Musasimbisane pazvikona muchitwa nzi hey akumuratidza handinzwaro ndiri chihera ini.
I was literally about to say why anachihera vachipiwa that flag, man, guys?
No,
anachihera, what is it? What is it about temperament yanachihera? Please, I'd like to hear from you, Lord.
But again, it's not just a women thing. Even to the men, Brother, I would love to see very strict sentences to men who are being silly, gender-based violence, for people who do, because it's unfortunate we don't have an example of a man who has committed arson in this and has been charged so that we can compare and contrast. But if the same had been happening, I would be asking for, because it's cruel, bro. In
Stop
this
being silly.
nemaomero akaita zvinhu muZimbabwe, Wopisa building doesn't even own that building. Munhu ari kutorentawo zvake.
Right?
Now you're putting the landlord through the higi haga yekuti they have to not only are they going through the higi haga of reassuring all their other tenants that this is still a safe place to reside, they are going to have to repaint and replace all the furniture and property that has been lost. Why are we doing that just to inflict pain on somebody that has not returned your, just because let's not be silly.
No, let's Can silliness yacho, guys. Even kana Monday mrere that will go on and kill the wife and then kill the kids and then yeah, guys, it hurts, I know, but please grow up.
Ever since I was about to, I think we've made this podcast very deep for one episode now. I was about to
Right.
veer off
For a birthday episode. Happy birthday to you.
For a birthday,
Happy birthday
exactly.
to you.
But
Everybody loves you.
True deep is that this is a proper Jesus here. But
And I want to tap in Jesus. Tap in Jesus here, bro.
But what okura kayo?
Bro, you know what?
Eh.
Ndani imvi mu mustache. Like, do you know how mad that is? And you know how tired I am right now. Once upon a time, guys. And I'm just before I get up. Once upon a time, I used to. Right. Ndobuda kana na 5 bela nditi zvine right ndinodaiwo face no ndapfeka uniform ndoenda kubasa. Ndinora passport photo, ndinora 12 hour shift mu hospitality mu hotel, like mu restaurant where you're running around all day. Wapedza kudaro boys but you man kune
I'm there.
Consider me there. I don't have it in me. I don't. Paparazzi. You know, the older Donnies used to say, I'm gonna want to hit that paparazzi. I'll be like, I don't know, man. Not me. Not my genes. Not me.
Metabolism on flick.
Yeah. Like right now, I'm so tired. And I said the day I had, I think at some point ndatanga kubuda maburi ndakamuka.
Yo. Then
Speak.
This nyaya we absolutely have to brum. Nyaya Didi.
Oh.
So the court case is ongoing.
It's unfolding.
It's unfolding, and
it's quadabudering matings.
I've had to mute everything that because it's within hours of it. I think even as the day before the official court case, when people were preparing, it was already overwhelming to me. Like the details where it's just like this is too. I had to mute everything that is related to, because it's so graphic, bro. And it's like, how many hours in a day did this man have?
I lie.
To be committing, to be doing all this. This is the most hardworking villain we've ever had.
Brother, the level of villainy is astounding. And it's not even just that. It's
this man was doing virtual freak-offs. Virtual freak-offs.
Come rain, come thunder.
Have you been following the NBA playoffs? Are you still?
I haven't. once Lake Goat Buddha, I really haven't
it's,
been too
know.
much into it. But I heard
But
Tyrese Halliburton's been cooking. I
that man
don't know
was
what's
voted the most overrated player in the league, and he's been taking it personally ever since. There's these
he took
secret
it hard.
ballots that they do as players, and the other players voted him the most overrated. Brother, he's been cooking everyone and their grandmother.
So I heard.
There's
As I heard, he's washing Donnies.
I'll insert the clip here.
2-point game. Indiana with it. Halliburton. He'll take it. He'll backpedal a three for the win. And goal! He got it!
But it turns out he had his leg on the line. So
they give it a 2.
Instead of being a 3-pointer, it ends up being a. But do you know how crazy it is? Could somebody made a decision
that
he put his. He could have missed it. Screw the he could have missed it and cost because at that bro. I saw he's playing with the proper like Muran Jairira type mentality. Muran Jairira.
That's energy. That's energy.
No,
because back in my day, those on data, that's how mad I was moving on the court.
We're entering Tunyatwa Munashe territory now. No, but you have to give us a. You have to give us a story. You have to give us a story for the birthday, and you have to give us a birthday story. You have to give us a birthday story.
A birthday story. Okay, you know I always like to give you my stories, Ari.
Jesus. Okay.
No. I mean, because we were talking about basketball.
Yeah.
So I'll give you a story that's in line with the.
You see why people basketball. Think. You see why people would think you're lying. How do you have a basketball story just because we were randomly speaking about basketball?
No, because I'll be like that.
It's like that. It's like you're like,
yeah. really.
What do you mean? I'll give you a basketball story.
Yeah, okay. All right. Because the reason why I say that is because I don't want them to be mad off tangent here. I'll give you in line with the nyas, with the flow of the. In fact, that should tell you, Sonia, I'm telling the truth. Unless if you want one that's out of field, because I got these. I got these for you. I got these for days. So I'll tell you a little basketball one.
Yeah.
But it's the basketball one frames it anyway. So circa 2007, 8. Yeah. 8. I'm a Plumtree. Blah blah. Your boy was a baller. Under 16 Matabeleland South captain. Zimbabwe national side, play national team, the under 18s first team ball, under 18s Matt South, guy, listen, and again, I know someone will corroborate this.
Yeah.
So we traveled to Empantini. We go to Empantini, which was like this girls' school. It was like a mission school. My baby, I try to get one. So right around face, man. And the thing about my babes in them schools there, when they're bad, they are bad. Because when you're bad, no fade, no shape up, just short hair. Muromo,
It's like-
Muromo, the only makeup they have is mad Vaseline on the lips. It's not even like a Vaseline kagabagega. It's tub things. You know, that's that. Cooking. So Empandeni's got these things. This is like a neighboring school in Matabele South.
I was about to ask you, is it a private school or government school? Then I remember.
Oh no,
Empandeni.
Empandeni, bro. Bro, short hair things. Come on. We pull up to the Gwash, bomb redu chi green machine, green machine, bomb sugar. I'm like the youngest on the team. We get there, we play the tournament. What? Tournament. They tore my ankles. Ankles. Like easy. Those are no days. Easy. It's so hard. So, and we had personalized jerseys. I got just count number 6, Muna on the back. Wee. Ogana go big my baby on the side and I just go number 6. Muna. Tapedza. We finished this match. We're in between games. We leave the court, my area, and Ufamba. I don't know what I was trying to get at the bus.
Yeah.
And I was with my guy and Singing Kala. He was like, he was my my older brother's boy. And as I'm standing with Singai, I see the senior of mine. He's my guy. He was my guy. His name was Mike, but I don't want to throw his full on name, because wasn't basically. So Mike is walking with this spice, brother. Oh my God, light skin thing. Hey, yikes! So now at this point, I'm starting to get the hang of okay. This is how you convert sugar into syrup. I see Mike is walking with this bad thing, bro. Bad thing. She walks past. So now, a few months back, we had done like a Matabele South basketball camp. And usually when you go into camp, because if it's a provincial side, there's the girls' side and the girls' DGG, and we traveled with them. So I built up a rapport with some of the girls from Empantine. Yeah, some of them, we used to fuck with the boy.
Yeah.
So I see one of the girls who played for the girls' first team. I was like, yo, who's that thing? She's like, oh, yeah. Oh, Primrose. Her name was Primrose. And I was like to this guy, I was like, yo, can you do me a favor? You see the nigga that's with Primrose, Mike. Can you go and tell him kuti Mrs. Ndlovu barikukushedza kumakotso? So now Mike wasn't even playing basketball. Mike was just a senior. Atungopinda mbombe boys rendo my baby. And I was like, please tell him kuti urikudiwa nani na Mrs. Ndlovu, because the seniority at Plumtree was hectic. You can't just pull up on a thing it gets late real quick. You will not survive school. Anyway, this girl goes, sure enough, she's like, I got you, bro. Tells Mike, yo, Mrs. Ndlovu is calling you. Now Mike is thinking, why the hell would she be calling me? I don't even play basketball, nigga. What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Anyway, Mika's like, all right, cool, bet. Mika goes. And I don't think it was really working too great for Mika anyway, which is what kind of gave me the confidence.
Yeah.
Make tips. And then I only prepare and I'm with Nkala and that's me and my boy were having a debate panapa. Is it okay for Monday to pick a pink shirt? I was dead bars. The bars weren't even great. I'm clutching at straws. I'm like, I gotta do something here. She picks up the curiosity. Kwenda, hey, what no. Akabira. Anyway, never mind all of that. Yo nonzani ndonzi mkomana karo akachika first team tracks ut kake what not apa ndakatora rimwe and one courtesy of moms and a nice one. You know what I mean? Nice one. My boss was scared. Hey, looking all right.
Zvinhu zvakarongeka.
Zvinhu zvakarongeka. Boom. Anyway, panamudza jenas ndakati chokwadi ndechekuti unoona mumana wangu achifamba navavo what not. Ndoona kuti best move rangu panapa is kuti kutaura chokwadi because chokwadi racho chitori neflamboyance. Anyway, the truth is impressive, so I just told her, I was like, hey, look, listen,
I'm
this
shooting.
is what I did. Boom, 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 I'm shooting. She's like, cool, bet. I was like, hit me with the number. She's like, cool, bet. Get Shorty's number. Pull out Samsung E250 tape. But I think it wasn't an E250 that I have forgotten, but it was a model above an E250. I don't know that year Moms was on some I got you, my boys.
Yeah.
Because moms, you know what? Moms shows up and shows out. It shows up and shows out. Which I even have greater appreciation for once I came to England and I actually saw how things were and how hard my mom was working. I was like, ooh, you're a bad girl. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I rate that. Shout out, moms. Anyway, Shaka Kurungega. Boom. Go to school. Time passes. Boom, boom, boom. And we're not even talking like that because I don't think they were even allowed gadgetry.
Yeah. Were you guys allowed my phone?
Yes, that's Plumtree. Yeah, we were good. I don't know any PlayStation in TV. You can't understand. But it wasn't like a flamboyant.
Official,
It was, but it wasn't like a fancy school. At this point, it's now at its last kicks of a dying horse. It still has some juice to it, but it's. When we go and meet the real schools like Falcon CBC would know our place. We'd be like, no, okay.
Mkoma!
Because go big data. When them man pulled up, we'd be like, okay. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Time passes, bro. Whilst that is brewing, I had this senior. His name was Jemwa.
Yeah.
Big up Jemwa wherever he is in life. But this guy hated my guts. Like, he couldn't stand me and John. Jemwa could not stand John and I. Saga, I just knew that every time I see Jemwa, it's a very unpleasant exchange for the most part.
Yeah.
Brother, one time Primrose tells me she had gone home. She's now coming back to school on her way to. So Ampandeni was one of them guys when you come into town and then you catch some next bombi and then go. So she hits me, Dream Toners. So I have to Plumtree, we could jump out to Pinam village because we were right literally in town. I'm like, bo. Pinam Toners. I go kunamtungi and I yo, I'm about to go, but I can something. Can I get my sins Nyubu? Because Mtungi always had a little aside. He was very frugal and very responsible with budget. But no. Sometimes he'd even have money and he'd not even tell me. He just call me go study one time. But grab. Bo, I jump into Tunas. I meet my babes. I'm nervous as shit. I'm walking with Primrose Pepper, gallivanting,
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
One of my other boys, his name was Tusanang. Now Tusanang's Bali was like a businessman. Wangoni like a Sadza Posto where they did this, that, and the other. Tusanang also has his thing because they're also coming into town, whatnot. I bump into Tusanang, Tuso, yeah. He's like, yeah. We'll go to this coach. We go to that sport, we get nyama, whatnot. We're chilling in there. Guess who walks in? Flippin' Jengwa. Jengwa walks in. Brother, plot twist. Primrose is Jengwa's cousin.
My way.
Primrose is quite a cousin, Bichana, bro. Primrose
Cousin, like
is
quarter to
Jengwa's
sister, quarter to
Yo,
sibling.
bro. Primrose is Jengwa's cousin. He's like, oh, what are you doing here? She's like, you with this nigga. This way I'm following you.
This is like this is the type of stuff that Yemunana you got saved ka. Nana stormed the house.
Oh, yeah.
You are with this nigga. What?
Jengwa is like, Pana chirisa. Bro, Jengwa just grabs the meat and another thing in a baby on a chew and he's like, yeah, Saram Chitilan and me guy, papa. She's like, but Simba, usadaro kata yeah, man, you, yeah, pana. Jengwa helps himself. Helps
in front of your babe.
My babe, bro. Jengwa dips and he dips on a Chaubata Gwan. We're in the same house, Golaus. He's like Golaus. He's even a house prefect. Chaubata Mfano. See a school. Fuck. Bro, the rest of the day, and I didn't and then I'm like, gotta go to school, man.
Yeah.
When I say from that moment, life was tough for your boy, bro.
What kind of stuff would he do?
Jengwa would be like, I need some onions and fun. So there was like a garden, yeah, agriculture and whatnot. Like, bro,
You guys were allowed to cook.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of boarding school was this? I don't.
So do you know those my fryers that you could connect
No,
to?
I don't, because
No, you know them. Like
bro,
this.
at
I
some
don't
point
want to.
kuzotherapy kwakatombofamba kamemo kekutoti maaini chaiwo maaini chaiwo toratomabhana
Oh no, but it wasn't like flamboyant cooking. Kudai. At some point, my boy songwe makauya chimwe makeshift chimwe chisingo hot plate. Bro, we used to cook. We used to slam it up.
I don't think none of us even had pfungwa yekutouya hot plate. The highest msikanzwa, highest degree is like Quincy. Quincy showed up one time ne PS2.
Sugarman.
Yes. Quincy showed up one time ne PS2.
He was doing too much. Quincy was doing the most.
Pachikoro pakatengwa TV, right? But vakatenga TV, they didn't buy a DVD player, they didn't what. The TV would be like in the staff room. They actually almost have to negotiate with who the teacher on duty. TV, entertainment committee. After every Saturday, the TV would have to go back up the hill. Did these boys one day decide, you know what, this back and forth in TV together and I hostel, my phone 4. Were these boys not watching porn? Because I think this was a 32-inch or something. Were these boys not watching porn in common room? Bro, they were watching porn like they were watching an African movie. Like,
okay,
like communal viewing. I think
Brother.
the times are different because I don't know.
No. I'll tell you for free. So you see when I say, right? So it was like that. Kuchinoi. Kuchinoi TV I would on a Saturday. You can't one prep room, but there'd be a DVD player and it's kind of like a movie night with the mandem. There people watch movies. Plumtree, we had a TV, but it stayed in the prep room, and yay kid were like muchi cage
Enclosure, something,
and
something.
yeah, and the head of house, right, who was at that point his name was Dingane was homies na Jengwa. Dingane was cool, and Dingane, he had this because he's the I think Dingane was the head boy as well and the head of house. So when you're head of house, you've got a study. When you're seniors, you've got my form 4, you've got a study, but I'm gonna write I'm study momo. You don't I'm very in prep room, but when you study, I'm gonna 2, gonna 3, depending on the size him study. Dingani had his own massive study, as did all the other seniors. And Dingani boys to my appliances, but I'm not TV. But this the mandem they could get the TV, and because Plumtree was so close to the border, you go Botswana. Why gonna butter ETV ne area?
I see where the story is.
Yeah. Saka on a Saturday,
Saturday.
ETV. Boys nigga rakagara TV.
Kuma 1:15.
Could air banner. Get up. And when I say if you make the cut, you boys when you've never heard silence like that, and I told it in a volume because Mr. Basoni wango buda put an album, but it's a rap. It's a rap. But you're absolutely right. In this day and age, like it's inconceivable. What is
the secret?
Do you mean?
What is your secret? I think I'm about to throw a hot take. I think when people talk about my addiction, and the prevalence of my addiction, my porn addiction and whatnot, I think it's because of one, a lack of community. Not one, it's that lack of community. People are doing these things in secret. Apana nokutsiura. Apana nokutsiura, and it's something that ends up like, and it's also an access issue. It's on your phone. Back then, you kind of had to go out of your way to source those things.
To source
right?
it.
You can't get addicted. Kana uri kuona porn pa DVD. Like you can't.
How can
You
because gets no gonna buy the fear of my kids in the see that room DVD player, but then yo unto chai sunungura na screwdriver bro.
chiri kutoti select scene.
Sakananga VCD.
VCD amdara chiri kutoti select scene. And it's like, what?
Oh, that's a core memory. Yo, VCD select scene. Oh, bro.
But no, I to bring it back to what I was saying. I think when people talk about, especially near the addiction, it was very easy kutsiurana and kuona kuti mazonyanya mdara. I don't know. I might be spewing nonsense. But I honestly think
you're
some
right.
of it is just.
I think you're right.
Apasina that it wasn't accountability, but it was something. Yekuti miskanzo yachina maita miskanzo wa mese, and you knew you had gone too far when you start doing things by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, ukaona that waku lighter DVD on a random, waku banka ba listen. kuti unhingirini.
Kuti zvakaenda kungwana.
You know?
That for the by the end of it, me and Primrose had to we broke up because I don't even know, and I'm pretty sure Jengwa went and told her some next madness. He probably embellished and but looking back at it, it's just like
you know. But to round off Mdara, I'm going to Juma you with the top five.
Hit me.
Top 5 war cries.
Ooh, okay.
Top 5 war cries of all time. What you got?
Okay. Are we putting them in any particular order?
Let's do back and forth.
Okay. First submission, easy, low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
You know, I always like to start with the right here.
Yeah.
A young dai. Give me a young chang chana.
Okay, I heard that one.
That's universal. If that's not on anybody's list,
no,
I
you
gotta
have to
question
be
your
serious.
credentials.
Ona changu chimwe chana. Ona jegre. Ajega. You have to. In that same vein, low hanging fruit. Ndigwenye iyo. My mwana. That's mine. That's my low hanging fruit. I have a war cry, bro. That I remembered yesterday, but I got distracted and went out, and I don't know why for the life of me it hasn't come back. But I'm hoping you might. Yeah.
So I'll give you one. Okay. So just again on a quick one. So when we was at school, it was a 4th year duty, my form 4, to lead my war cry whenever there's like a first team fixture. For the most times, my war cry was tedious because let's say on a first team rugby, Rutamba at home on a Saturday. Friday, acho maskatika, muchitopedza gwana, munhu wese akanonanga kufield kunorwa war cry practice.
Hey.
Do you know how long that is? Kurwa kana like an hour and a half. Kuchibhena kudai muchiimba kudai or pasina munhu ari kutamba.
That's crazy.
just so you get in the zone for the following day. That's mad. And when you are form 3 zvichidzika kudai, it's just because kana makasaimba zvekusatisfy my seniors ka. Mogonongosora muchirwa malap around the field.
That's great.
And it was long. But Pandakasuka form 4, Bapana would be looking up with glee with right to Kurama practice. And you know, and one that people would select could Chirisa Haka ma sanction. My boy, tere munze masanction. My boy, tere munze masanction. Opa kubika huku tere munze masanction. Yeah. Okay, masanction.
That's a fire one. That's a fire.
It's a slapper. It's a slapper.
This one. Because pub bridge rap, but we also have self-censorship a little bit. I'm just going to say the first lyric because if you know it, you know it, and if you know it, you know it's a banger. I want to see your mother.
Your mother. Farida.
I want to see.
Yeah. Slapper. Solid. That must make it.
It's one of those war cries that if we were talking, remember my album, my Dara A hip hop, and again, parental guidance, pakona baby.
Yeah. Parental advisory, explicit content. Which was another one. Hey, wasn't I marudonura, bro?
Pane vura mudzini. Wow. Vura check ama wow.
Okay. I'll give you
Bro.
one.
Yeah.
I'll give you one yandairo choir master, like
Right.
proper. Ndaipa vanhu now ndati maform 1 mfana anditi imimi ndoda kuti mundirovere ndati ndoda ndirovere mapaskoro ndati kune maform 4 ndichidai unondati boys ndinongoti mungondirovera mapaskoro bata mwana dona mapaskoro bata and then ndo andati zvoni mafomu 2 ndoda kuti mungondirovere angakuvare 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 angakuvare. The only time I could ever tell my seniors what to do was I would tell them just to hit
No.
And when I say the whole school would be patterned in for the opposite school across the field, yo,
That's crazy.
we are
They're
watching a master at work.
Now that I like this whole thing, my bush, when I see these kids doing my templates, I'm like, that's cool. But if you've never heard Ema unongova shainira vamwe Ogangovasiyaso.
Emmanuel.
Now that I think about it, this discussion is kind of ridiculous because coming up with the top 5 kuribata haungatadze
kuribata
iwe uchigeza naro. Bro, like it's how now that I think about it,
amai vako zimonya vanogeza negumbeze
tundi iwe mkomana.
Oh,
Is it
msoro unenge chikotape
iwe mwana kumaka
maka msoro unenge chikotapeya varumewe chikota maiwe varumewe.
I wonder.
You're bringing back mad memories.
I wonder which war cries would be immediately cancelled. Like in this day and age, immediately cancelled.
Okay, my non-starter.
A lot of them skirt over that line because I was trying to sing
of very inappropriate.
Yeah, because I was saying if you try 20 iwe mkomana ndatokutundi, that's very Didish. Like what? Like
it's also
like,
it's very Didish.
Like hey
yo. Okay, or like vasikana vane dzem shure nemberi dzem. Yeah, get out of here. Get out. Leave.
Immediately.
Leave.
You know that meme out. You got to leave. You gotta leave. Immediately. Immediately. What? Because what
get out. I'll beg you leave. I beg you vacate.
Hey, bro, let's go sleep, man.
Yeah. No. Fuck. Hey, I need to go to sleep. And you know what's you know what's actually painful? I am about to literally put in an extra hour of line runs because your boy got bare lines, bro.
I can imagine. But
I need to be off book by the end of this week. And Saturday and Sunday non-starter 2 show whoppers. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough.
No, all the best, man. Bridge Race is behind you. Bridge Race is behind you, rooting for you.
Thank you, my guys.
You know, the crazy thing is, I don't think I don't want to jinx it, man. Let me not even bring it up. Let me not even bring it up. When it happens, it will happen. We'll speak about it.
If it's gonna if que sera, sera.
But keep the boy in the prayers. Keep praying for the boy. Keep praying for the boy. Keep praying for the boy, Mr. Chisa. We next year taga invite wa kuma BAFTA. What you say? Next year. Kuma BAFTA.
Tukaenda kakureta suit yakandoro ya James Bond rai.
James Bond not. Iribo mdala.
No, we're not just gonna glide past that. Who is it? James Bond not.
James Bond not. Man, the problem is
Get out of here, man.
Fabrizio that easy.
Get out of here. Let me go.
Yeah.